lady, Susan, on LinkedIn, who hopefully will watch this. What would you say their specific challenges are as far as either consulting, coming back to the corporate world, or leaving the corporate world and doing freelance? Have you found that what their specific challenges are, like in your coaching or even recruiting right now?
Well, I would say a challenge would be like if you're leaving the corporate world, you're going to start doing freelancing or contract world, you got to let everyone know what you're going to be doing. So you got to start getting your name out there. You
Mm-hmm.
know, you almost, it's like you have to market and promote yourself.
Yeah.
So that's the key.
Yeah. And if I may, Janet, what I find, because this is obviously near and dear to my heart, is that is the unknown variable that they never think about. And I had to find for myself, even being a coach and counselor and doing well working for someone else, when you are representing yourself, it's a whole different ballgame, as you know,
Yes.
right? Because then you have to, I have to market myself. I have to be seen. And that's terrifying. It was terrifying for me. It still is sometimes. It's terrifying for other people. And so there's all these barriers I find that they have to deal with that. They're exposing themselves and being vulnerable in that way. And then, it's like, then they're having to, it's just a different terrain, really. So that's
Yeah.
the challenge I find for when they're trying to do that. How do they price
That's so true.
themselves? There's so many, using different platforms and technology, things you take for granted, all those things. But I think the biggest one is being seen, I would say, is one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, I would say so too. And I know what I see is a lot of people too, they're not social media savvy. And you really do need to become social media savvy because,
Yes.
you have to create a brand. You've got to create a
Yes.
brand. You are your brand.
Yes. Thank you for mentioning that too, because that is,
Yeah.
you're 50 years plus is, and the truth is they haven't had a reason to really be savvy on social media. And a lot of them, truthfully, they've had assistants that have done it for them, if anything. So now it's like, if they have to do it on their own, it's a whole different ballgame and learning curve. So yeah, I'm glad you said that. That's true.
Yeah.
So for people who are wanting to do more of so if they're wanting to go from corporate to be a freelancing contractor, I know you and I have just, touched on a few things. What specific advice do you have for them? Like, what do you tell your clients that you work with, or people that, at a Julia, what advice would you have for them, for those wanting to go from corporate to a freelancer consultant?
Well, number one, you have to develop a strategy, if you don't have a plan, then, it's not going to work because you have to plan this out. This is key, to anything that you do in life, as well as I do, you have to have a plan and, so that way, you're reaching your goals. So that's the most important advice I could give is that, you have to really see what market do you want to hit. Start writing down some goals, some ideas that you have, make an outline, you really need to, make it important because otherwise you're not going to know exactly what you want to do because, being a consultant or freelancer, depending on what you want to do, you have to figure out like what market do you want to work in.
Yeah.
There's a lot of work involved.
Yeah. And we take for granted the fact that the company we work for has spent millions of dollars probably in years putting together their marketing team to do that. So they do it for us often, and so it's given me a whole new appreciation being a consultant for what companies really do as a whole. You were mentioning earlier too about the networking for people wanting to go to consulting and freelance. That was before, earlier today. Was there anything you wanted to add for the live interview on top of that? You're just saying the networking and how important it is for people that are trying to be consultants to network. Anything else you wanted to add for that?
Yeah, I would say that, in order for you to be successful in freelancing, you have to continue to network. It's not just a one-time thing. You have to continuously, you have to, spend time doing these things. And a lot of people don't like to do that, but, if you don't, then you don't know, you can meet a key person who says, oh, wait a minute, I have this project. You would be great to work on that project. And so, you know, you have to make